Hello?
Pop culture and pretty things.
Hey besties, welcome back to Pop Culture and Pretty Things. Today's episode, we're getting into the reality of being in your late teens and early 20s. From life hacks and what we wish we knew at 16 to the pressure of having it all figured out. We're talking about it all. Plus, we've got a special guest joining us today, Aloyiah, Elizabeth's older sister, here to share stories about travel, self-discovery, and learning to trust the process. If you've been feeling lost, overwhelmed, or just need a reminder to slow down, this one's for you.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again.
Okay, a few months ago, me and my friends planned to see a concert that's coming up soon. We booked the tickets and we were so hyped at the time. But ever since then, the vibes has been falling off. So for a couple weeks now, I've been contemplating if I should even go or not. Finally, I decided today that I'm gonna sell my tickets. I haven't told them yet, so what do you think I should do to kind of ease in and let them know that I'm not going anymore?
Ooh.
Just
Rose
say
wants
it.
to cop out.
You can't bounce around it. Just communicate, especially if you guys are good friends. I don't think that there should be any issue. They should at least, I get it if they're like feeling mad or like a little bit, sad about the fact that they might be going alone, but they should be understanding at least.
Yeah.
And if you come at it correct.
That's true. And even if they aren't, because I know that he said that the vibes were kind of off with the friend group, that's why he was selling us tickets. Honestly, just say it and then dip, because what else can you do in that situation?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's already selling the ticket anyways.
And you're not going to have fun at the concert
No, you're not.
if the vibes are already off. So why
Exactly.
waste your money and go? Just sell it.
Exactly.
And get your money back.
I would like double up the price of whatever I'm selling it for. You gotta make the bank, okay?
Wait, what was that one event? Cowboy Classic?
Crow Child
Classic. That's
Oh
what a
my
lot of
gosh.
people did.
That was like the prime time to be reselling. They sold it for $5 originally. Day of, I was so tempted to sell my tickets because people were offering like $60. And I was like, no, I gotta stay loyal. Oh, that was so tempting.
A botch sold two of hers for $100 each.
Really?
Yeah, and she bought them for $5.
That's
The
amazing.
profit? I'm like,
what the hell?
yeah.
He's
People,
giving businesswoman, okay.
I'm like, dude, sorry, I wouldn't buy it for $100.
No.
Didn't we lose? We lost that game.
They don't need to know about that.
It's okay. A botch won. She was at $200. So,
Oh yeah,
literally,
Period.
it was not a loss.
it's okay. Win for her, loss for our school.
But the thing with like circling back about like feeling bad about not wanting to be there with like at an event with your friends, one, you shouldn't feel bad. Like I get why, but especially if it is someone that's your friend, you should feel comforted enough to say to them, yo, I don't feel like going. Like I'm like,
exactly.
today I just want to be home, because most friends will just understand. We all have those days.
Yeah.
And if it's an underlying issue like this, where it's like the vibes are off or they're acting in a way that's different than what you're comfortable with, like that's something that calls for an honest like discussion. Maybe like, hey, let's go do this at a cafe or something. And then you bring it up to that instead of just like dancing around the issue. That's what it seems like right now.
Exactly, yes. Don't beat around the bush. Just tell him straight.
And just be
Don't
mature.
Don't sugarcoat anything.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
dodging certain topics just to protect someone else's feelings. I get that, but you
It
gotta
is what
look
it
out for
is.
yourself too.
Yes,
Don't
exactly.
sugarcoat anything. Just be straightforward.
Aloyiah, what do you think about this whole situation?
I'm not gonna lie, with my girlfriends, they know I'm notorious for like 5 minutes before the event starts, and I tell them like I'm not in the mood. So for him, it's good to have that conversation, because with younger people, the emotions are higher. So they're going to take it personal, rather understanding that like the person is just not feeling the mood or the vibes. So taking that step to have the conversation is better if they want to resurface and figure out that friendship again. So I understand where he's coming from and wanting to dance around it. I am known for running around, like hitting the topic, but
Sometimes some people are just not confrontational.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
that's the thing.
hard.
Yeah.
And you can't
it's really
blame
hard
them.
to, yeah.
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 But as long as you have that conversation, that's way better than just letting them go, and then they realize that, oh, you're not
Yeah,
there, you know?
But the thing is, he
Exactly.
never went deep into why the vibes were off.
Yeah.
So
That
because
is
he never went deep into
Yeah.
it, we can't even connect it back to him feeling like emotional or feeling
Exactly.
low. There's
Yeah.
obviously something more
Yeah.
that he did deep into. So it's
Yeah.
like a text message doesn't hurt than saying I'm not gonna go if he went to the point of selling his tickets.
Yeah,
right?
it's like,
That's
are you
true.
not talking to each other?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
what?
Like,
Yeah.
did something happen? Like, why is the friend group in shambles? What's
Yeah.
going on?
We
Yeah.
need more details.
Me too. Context is important.
But
To
that's
come back.
just call them back right now. If you have the number saved, call them back.
Like, what happened? What happened?
But it also just reminds me of another thing that kind of happens on the other end, where it's like, if you just like cancel a bunch of times, there's friends who are persistent, but then there's friends who are overly persistent about making sure that you're always there and you're always doing stuff with you and da 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 da. So it's like, if you don't mention the fact that there is something that you're harboring inside, or like you don't clearly state to them, hey, I do not feel like going, or hey, I am not in the position to be going out, they are just going to keep on pushing down on you every week. Hey, this new thing happened. Hey, this, not even like knowing anything's going on,
Yeah.
That's true.
which is like the other side of it,
I
which
have a
kind of
friend
like
like
sucks
that.
for the friend.
You do?
Yeah, like she would always ask me to go out and stuff, but like,
You're
girl, I'm
busy?
too exhausted. Like
She's a working girl.
Yeah, it's either I'm at work or
I've
school.
been busy.
Yeah, and like my only day off is Sunday from everything. So like I want that day to rest. And like she will always be like, let's go hang, bro. I mean, I love that, she thinks of me and like she makes plans with me, but at the same time, like, girl, let her go rest. I need to rest.
I was
No,
being like,
I am that friend that like always tries to like get my girlfriends to
Oh,
hang
yeah.
out. But the thing is, my girlfriends are in their 30s, so they have their kids, they're married, and all that. So I had my one dear friend always asking her out. She has like a
Yeah.
5-year-old, and the thing is, our lifestyle didn't match up.
Yeah.
Me and my girlfriends were out clubbing. While she was trying to figure out her
Yeah.
son's breakfast the next morning.
yeah,
So
damn. Yeah,
like
yeah.
it got to the point like the friend group was solid 4 of us, and I kept like bothering her to a certain extent because the friend group was that solid 4.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to offend her if we started going out and she's like, oh,
Right.
she didn't invite me.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
didn't she invite
Yeah.
me? Because we're all human. We have that room for thought of like, I wonder why she didn't invite me this one time.
Yeah, like we all want to be
true, yeah.
included.
Right.
Yeah.
So then it got to the point of like I just stopped asking her because I got offended. Like I wanted her to say like, "Hey, I kind of don't agree with what you guys are going out to do," or "Hey, I'm really busy with my son," or "I just want to focus on a quieter life." If she said something like that, I would have not been offended or ended the friendship.
Yeah.
But she like kept quiet and just said, "Oh, I'm busy. Oh, I'm busy. Oh, I'm busy." So like if you become that friend who just keeps saying they're busy rather than saying Sundays are my sacred time or I don't want to go clubbing, it doesn't align with me, then it allows me to know what your boundary is, right? So then you are able to maintain that friendship knowing that this is what you need and this is what I need for the friendship to stay, you know?
so it's really all about how you communicate.
Yeah.
To, like
At the
setting
end of the
those
day.
boundaries with your friendships.
That's funny because I told her multiple times, like, it's hard to be in uni and working at the same time. She's like, girl, whatever, let's go out.
She's like, it's fine. Just
Yeah,
push it
like,
to the
come on, just call
side.
me.
Worry about it tomorrow.
You don't have to sleep. It's okay.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that meme where the lady's like, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Like they do not get the context clues. They're like, your life is not my life, so let's go. Let's have some fun. Right?
Like if you'll do my homework for me, okay, let's go out.
at the start, ask them to do it. Like pay
No,
them.
literally. Are you kidding me? If you want me to go out, okay, do my homework. But no, I feel like too, as you get older, it's harder to plan stuff, especially
Yeah.
when you guys are all on such different
Yeah,
paths. Like I realized, like even this past year, because I'm fresh, like I've been out of high school for 2 years now. It's so hard to plan things. Like I see my girls probably once every like 6 months. Which
That's real.
it's
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
but we'll keep
rough.
planning. We'll keep trying to plan stuff, but they're working, they're going to school, they're traveling, and it's like
just
it just
Low
it just
maintenance
doesn't-
friendships.
Yes,
That's
I
what-
love it.
When you turn into an adult, the friendships you favor the most are low maintenance.
Yes,
I have not seen my high school girlfriend. Like when I was living up in Medicine Hat, I haven't seen her for that whole time. But the moment I saw her, it was like I
There's
saw her
no time to
yesterday.
pass.
Yeah,
right?
right.
So it's like you just need to like start valuing those low maintenance friendships because like when you're in high school, homework doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's just you're spending time with your buddies. It's just a
You see them
systems
every
daycare.
day.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
So it's like you can see them every day, and you fill up each other's cup because that's your friends, and at a certain point, your family. So it's like that low maintenance friendship when you're an adult, where you have someone you could text and like pour out your heart to, but you don't need to see them in person.
Yeah.
It is the key to surviving.
Yes.
Like, yeah,
Those friendships
I just
always
live by
stand
that.
the test of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even when I think back to my childhood, just growing up, I've had best friends that I've never gone to the same school as ever. And like we will go like 6 months without talking. I think one time I even went a year without talking to my best friend. I think we just fell out of touch. But the second we always like get back to texting, calling, no time has passed. It's just like day one all over again.
I love those types of friendships. Not the
know.
ones
My
that are like,
favorite.
oh, you don't see me, this, that. That's fine.
That just gets kind of annoying.
To an extent.
Like we all understand. We have stuff to do, you know, we have lives,
Yeah.
so it's okay.
Exactly. And they should understand too, because they would do the same thing if they were in that position.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But to the guy who sent out that call, thank you for sending it in. I think the major consensus is just tell your friends that you don't feel like going. And if the vibes are so off that it's like ruining it at all, it doesn't hurt to talk to them about it. That's what friends are for. They'll understand in the end. You're just making things worse if you drag it out.
Period. Exactly.
But now, okay, I can't lie, Aloy, you have been like spitting bars after bars. I'm like, who is this wise woman right here?
I'm an old soul.
It's like a big sister.
I know.
Right? I love it.
Big sister for all of us.
And I think for that, because obviously I know you know me, yeah, but you are someone who has went through this beginning of adulthood in kind of a different way than most people. You didn't take the regular route. You took a gap year for most of the time, and it took you a while to figure out kind of where you are now and how you wanted to get there. So you want to talk a bit about that?
Okay, so I feel like everyone, when they are in high school, it's that pressure of figuring out what you want to do with your life. And it's fair enough, you know, like the way how high school makes it is that your time is running out. Once you turn 18, everything is on a clock.
Yeah.
And I felt that pressure so hard. I knew I always wanted to be a medical malpractice lawyer.
Okay.
But then I also felt like, okay, I want to do that, but how am I going to get a stepping stone that is useful? Your bachelor's degree, right? When I looked at all my like friends and what they were picking, biology or the sciences, math, English, I only agree with those if you're 100% certain you're going to add to it by means of a master's, becoming a doctor, or becoming a teacher. Those are the only three things that I will say, okay, go get that, because it's pointless. You graduate and you can't even make money. So I was like, okay, what is something I could take that if I decide I am tired of studying, I could use it in the real world? I took human resource at UFC
Ooh, HR.
Just wait.
for 1 week.
Ooh, okay. Elaborate. Whoa.
So I was just like, it's a stepping stone. It gives me the human aspect. And like when I get into law school, I could take that human relationship and apply it to the medical malpractice, right?
Right.
So I sat in that class and it was so self-centered, and I'm someone that's against that. The mindset that first lecture is we run the world. No one could do any business without us. And I was just like, I don't align with this. And I don't like the feelings I am getting in it. So literally that first day of school, I went home and I talked to my parents, and I'm just like, I'm not liking it. And I'm so happy my parents are like, okay, we get it.
Okay.
So I just emailed the school and I was like, okay, can we do like a free trial type of thing? I want my money back.
Did they give it back?
They did. They gave me a day and they're like, if you at this certain point decide 100% that you're not going to continue your education with us, we'll give you back your full money.
Wow.
So
You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
Wow.
yeah, so I got all my money back and I was just there, a gap year.
Oh my God.
That year, Ely, did I travel that year? Did I
You
start
traveled a lot of years. I don't know.
That year I think I started traveling and working, but I was just focusing on myself and figuring out what would be my stepping stone to medical malpractice. And that's when I figured out medical radiology. So it's heavy physics, and it's just X-ray, CT, diagnostic imaging by means of radiation. So I found that, and then with my gap year after, I went into that program through SAIT and just finished studying that. It was just a 2-year program. See, this is where my brain goes empty.
You did a lot of things in 1 year, so
but with that year though, I will say my biggest lesson from it is a gap year. If you're someone that was so used to structure, it's gonna hit you very hard.
Oh yeah.
I was fresh 18, dating an older guy.
Ooh.
And
Spicy.
out of like my routine that I had so prepared with work and school full time, the school full time left. So my partner at that time became my everything. And that was the worst thing I could have done, because when they were busy, it felt like I had nothing to my life. What am I doing? So that entire gap year was me dealing with the emotional aspect of finding my worth. What am I doing if I'm not studying? And it's kind of like those A+ students who get that habit of they're not worth anything unless they're having amazing grades. So I was no longer getting grades or studying to show my smartness or my brains. I felt that point of like, I am worthless. So it took an effect on my mental health, my relationship, and like just all points of my life. My little sister saw me just like start like going into my room and being very quiet, which was like so new to my family because I am the most annoying person that they know.
You're like the Rock.
Yeah.
She likes to take credit for that, guys. Don't feed into her ego, please.
Yeah, I'm the glue.
But yes,
they
she's
can't
right.
they can't live without me. But like they started noticing a difference with me. So like that gap year that I took was like a really big lesson to me, I would say.
Yeah.
Like you just really need to know what you need, but also a routine that works with you.
Yes.
Right? Like if it's going to the gym every day, reading a book, journaling. For me, I found traveling was something that gave me like a fulfillment in life. But if you find something that adds to you and gives you a routine that is separate from your friends, your partner, or your family, then I feel like that's a good stepping stone to the rest of your life.
That's
Such a
That's
great way to put
touching.
that. That was so eloquent.
because I know, yeah, like finding something more internal that fulfills you rather than something external. Because anything external can leave, right?
Yes.
It's all temporary, but if you find something that can truly make you happy that you can do on your own, like you said, journaling, and for you traveling, that's worth so much more than anything else,
Absolutely.
right? Because at the end of the day, it's your happiness that you need to prioritize. It's not the happiness of other people. It's not the happiness of anything else.
Not your parents either.
Yeah,
At the end of the day,
exactly.
it's your happiness first because it is your life.
Yeah, and there's a lot of students who are only in school because of their parents. Like they say,
Yes.
"Oh, I'm only in school because my parents said this. I don't actually want to do this." And like you're spending all of this money, and I get it. You want to make your parents proud, but again, what are you gonna do after? What's your plan,
Yes.
right?
And also another thing, like I noticed as you're giving your story that there seemed to be kind of a shift from you going into something from like a very logical stance, as in I'm doing this and I'm gonna become a big accomplishment. And now it seems like it kind of mellowed out. So how do you think that changed and finding a balance between doing something you love and doing something that you know is gonna benefit you?
Well, this is a little not a good mindset, but I realized quickly on I can marry what I can't become. So if I can't become a doctor, I'll marry a doctor. I'm around doctors all day. If I can't be a lawyer, I'll go marry a lawyer. It'll satisfy that part of me, and that's the nice thing about being a woman is that you can marry what you can't become. If I want to be the president's wife, I will be the president's wife.
Period.
So because I had that mindset, I found peace with whatever I decided to do, but also the fact that the main goal with me being a lawyer was helping people.
Yeah.
And through my job, I help people. People come with me broken bones, about to die, all these serious situations, and I am their comfort. When I was in Medicine Hat, a man died on my table. I was his last source of comfort while he held my hand. And whenever I deal with these like serious situations, I'm very straightforward to them, and I'm like, think of me like I'm your daughter, right? So it's like I'm truly satisfying the part and the aspect that I needed for me, which is making people feel important, notice, but also that they have someone on their side. That's what a lawyer does. They have someone, you get them when you need someone on your side to defend you.
Yeah.
And for me, with my job, I'm there by someone's side so that they're able to get the medical treatment they need or the cancer treatment that they need to do, right? I am by their side and I make it known. And that's another part that's satisfying me. And it's like, in my head now, I'm just like, I no longer want to be a lawyer. Because to be a lawyer, you have to be a good liar. And I
And also,
suck.
like, you have to defend. Imagine you have to defend a rapist.
Yeah, like your
someone you
morals.
don't agree
It
with.
comes. That's why my
I-
parents don't want me becoming.
Really?
Well, you know, like the thing is, though, you have to pick what type of lawyer you want to be. So, like, it's
sure.
very specific people that enter that, right?
Yeah.
And
is
it's like the
true.
money people that go into that specific sector of law.
Yeah.
But like for me, I was like, I don't want to be a lawyer anymore. And I've been talking to my family, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna go become a doctor. So it's like something I never thought I would do. Before in high school, I was like, ew, I will never be in healthcare, wiping people's butts and all that stuff. And then I'm so glad I am in healthcare, and I do not touch anyone's butts.
For now?
No, never.
Never. Okay, that's
if,
good.
If, like someone like pisses himself, you know what I do? Nurse. It is so nice when I'm walking around the hospital at night doing my rounds, and like someone's like, "Excuse me, nurse, can you?" I just showed it my badge, and it says
Doctor.
X-ray.
Sorry, not
And-
me.
Yeah, no, literally, I'm sorry,
next.
I can't. I'll get you a nurse, but like. So it's like nice I'm not doing the bum wiping, but I am like at the point where I'm like to my family, I'm going to become a doctor. I really want to be a face for people that don't have the right representation and don't feel the comfort of, you know, always dealing with just white doctors.
Yeah.
How many times my patients just start tearing up seeing someone that is ethnic,
Yeah.
not just because I'm black, but just ethnic.
Absolutely.
They know I understand the struggles. They know when they lost their voice at the time in an appointment that I'm there to be their voice. So it's like, okay, how can I further that? And it's not being a lawyer, but it's being a doctor. And even if I don't become a doctor, I'll marry a doctor.
Yeah.
Period. One way or another, doctor is happening.
Exactly. It's like that. What was that one quote? I'll marry a rich man, or I'll become the rich man, or something like that.
One or the other.
Yeah.
One's gonna happen.
But I love that, especially nowadays with everything that's just going on in the world. It's so important to have that person who can be your voice too for times when you can't, when you feel like you're silenced. And I don't think people realize that about doctors, right? They think of doctors as, oh, they're going to help me get better. But they don't think of them as like advocating for like healthcare.
Yeah.
For healthcare,
for your rights.
yeah,
like your
people
little
who don't look like
rights.
us, you know?
Exactly.
And it's so important that you actually brought that messaging in here because it's something that I don't think a lot of people realize. Like personally, I don't think I even really grasped that concept until you brought it up, which I'm so grateful for. Like I love it. And it's just so important to be spreading that message around, especially to
Absolutely.
younger generations who want to become doctors, but they don't know why. Now they can have that reason, right?
And the thing about becoming a voice for others is you need to have a strong voice and a strong self of self. So how do you think you came to find yourself from 18 all the way to now at your big age of, how old are you again?
We're not going to say my age on here. But
Old enough.
growing up, I was, what's the right word? Not loud, but I was there. I had a very strong presence. What my name actually means in my dad's language is one of a kind, nobody like me. That's what Aloyiah means. And that's what they gave me. And it was crazy seeing how that truly became my whole existence. I was that kid that stood out. I was jumping and shouting and like, if I could be the center of attention, I'll be the center of attention. But then when I entered high school, I quieted down. I never thought I would be like the loner kid, but I was that loner kid and my focus was on my education. I realized that, you know what? I don't need to be the center of attention because now this is the start where that journey that I'm walking through is just going to be me. So when you come to acknowledge that the path you're taking only has room for you, then you kind of slowly see that there's no need to have such a posse or a group of people
Yeah.
that
is a quote. I'm
are
writing that down.
kind of boosting your presence. So last year of high school, I was still very quiet, but I had a strong presence by mean of everyone knew that I wasn't someone that was easily swayed. I was someone that stood on my morals. I did not agree with things, and when I didn't agree with things, they knew it, and I brought it in a gentle way. And if it needed to be brought in a different way, I'll bring it in a different way. Non-violent, of course. But because I was someone that stood strong on what meant for me, it made my presence known, because when I walked in the room, they were like, oh, I can't really like bring this around Aloyiah. She doesn't agree with that. Or I don't want to have that conversation with her because, you know, she's against it, or she has a strong opinion. And it could be negative or positive, but because I had such a strong stand and love for myself, it was very clear for whenever I entered the room that everyone knew what to expect from me. Everyone knew how to go about me.
Powerful.
Everyone knew what not to do around me. And it was such a strong power that even to the point the teachers recognized it. And I ended up maintaining and gaining friendships with the teachers rather than the student. And the students were like, how are you doing that? And it was just because I knew myself as a person, and I knew how I wanted to go about my life and the road I wanted to take. And it was enough that they saw me as an adult. And that is the thing. You are not really an adult until you understand that you're on this life journey by yourself, and that it's only you that has a presence when you understand what you need and you make it known by means of your actions, your words, your posts, and just everything you do. So like that presence worked in favor to the point I got to interview Justin Trudeau.
Whoa.
That's amazing.
Oh my
love
God.
that.
So I got to do that, and like everyone was shocked because they're like, "This is the loner girl," and I'm like, "No,
But, like, Why
no."
would they be shocked? Because really, you always knew.
Yeah,
always
I was
knew
just
you were
like,
that
I
girl.
just calmed myself down. That's what it is. Like I went from that like crazy girl to calming myself down, but that strong strength and the stand firm girl that was always within me kind of like butterflied out in a way that was digestible to society.
Yeah.
That's the best way. Because
Okay,
if
yeah.
you are in your face, strong, and in their face, tough, it's not digestible.
Yeah.
You are not going to get what you want. You are not going to be taken in a nice way at all.
Yeah.
So I learned to make myself appeasing or pleasing to the masses while holding firm to what I want and kind of molding them to what I wanted.
It's
So-
such a balancing act, I feel like. It really is. Because back to like the point that you said, the first part, like if you are standing strong in like your presence and everything, very like openly and outwardly, they might see that as like aggression. They might
Yeah.
only see like your reaction. They're not going to listen to you. They're not going to hear you. They're not going to process what you're saying. So I really understand what you mean when you say you have to like quiet yourself down sometimes to be taken more seriously. It's annoying, but it's true.
And it's definitely a misconception that you have to be the loudest in the room for your voice to be
Yeah.
heard. And especially in high school, I feel like everyone wants to fit in, so they all mold into the same person.
That's true.
So all these cliques start forming, and I feel like that's where you were really ahead, because you realized early on that it's just your journey. And
Absolutely.
instead of being caught up with all of the high school drama and the unnecessary things, and then having to get out of high school feeling lost because you don't know, what are you going to do now? You don't have your friends, right? You don't see them every day. You're on your own. You're going to have to figure that out later on in life rather than in high school when you had the chance to figure it out. It's definite. I should have. Where were you in high school,
honestly,
girl?
you
Like,
should
I'm
have been advising
like, oh my gosh.
You should have told me to be quiet and keep my head down.
No, literally. I would, girl.
Not imagine you're like, Aloyiah, what should I? She's like, shh. Shut up.
Liz, you're lucky. You're lucky to have a
lucky,
sister.
girl.
I was doing too much when I was in
Honestly.
high school.
I wasn't doing enough. I was so quiet in high school.
I was the
Yeah.
loudest.
I was just there.
Honestly, me too.
Y'all, I was just
known
trying to
for-
graduate the whole time. I was like, please.
Focus.
But another thing that I wanted to bring out is that you kind of had to find a balance between time for yourself and just enjoying yourself and time from work and school and this and that. And I think your place of finding yourself is traveling. How first of all, I got so much stuff. How are you able to afford it? Why do you get such nice outfits? Gosh, girl, the camera. Like, I know I'm your sister. I know I should know this stuff, but okay, let's start from the beginning. Okay. Guys, I'm allowed to fangirl every once in a while, okay? I should be allowed to do this. But how did you get started with traveling?
Okay, so this is actually, I feel like a little embarrassed saying this, but let's go back to when I was 18, fresh 18, and my whole everything was my boyfriend at that time. Okay, so he went to Colombia, texted me one day, and he's like, you know, the girls in Colombia don't compare to you. And I decided...
That's so cute, though.
Wait, in a way that it's like,
Okay, so...
in a good way.
It doesn't compare to you. They
Girl,
don't
did you
compare
take it
to
the
you.
wrong way?
No, okay, listen, let me get to it. No.
Should we be scared?
No, listen, okay.
Okay.
So he texts me and I'm like, oh my God, that's so sweet. And then like I'm just going through Instagram and I found he made a fake profile following a bunch of girls in Colombia.
Okay.
So the whole time he was in Colombia, he was cheating on me.
Whole time, these same women didn't compare.
So
That's crazy.
he was doing a fun fest. And I was so mad, but I didn't tell him that I knew that was happening.
Wait, how did you find out?
I was just like, I just had an inner feeling. I'm like, why would he say nonsense like that?
Yeah,
I know I'm the
like
best girl on this earth that he got the chance to meet. Why would he say that? You know?
Intuition is never
So
wrong.
I literally go, like, I found that fake Instagram and I follow it. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know you made a travel account. He's like, haha, yeah, I made a travel account. Still to this day, his ego doesn't let him, like, say to anyone. He made it his family account. He deleted all the girls and made it his family account the moment I caught it. So now, like, that Instagram account is still thriving and alive, but he just switched the followers. Either way, from that, I didn't tell him I knew he was cheating on me. I was a very forgiving person. I just threw it behind me. And when he came back from his trip, I convinced my older brother to go to Mexico with me. So all in that week, I convinced my older brother, and I was like to him, like, we need to go travel. Let's go do something fun. Like, we never done anything. And we went traveling, and I acted like I was cheating on him the whole time.
Sneaky, sneaky girl.
iconic.
I love that. I
Oh
love that.
my
As you
gosh.
should.
So, and I sent him the same text, like, oh my gosh, the men in Mexico don't compare to you.
Oh my god.
Either way, I will say,
I love the pettiness.
Two
I
steps
love
ahead.
Right?
no, I
love it.
always tell my girlfriends when I'm out of the country, it's because I'm angry from a man. Like, whenever my partner pisses me off, I'm out of the country.
Oh, I
But-
love that.
I love that mindset.
But so I would like to say thank you to this dum-dum for showing me just how fun traveling is, because I never saw myself leaving the country. My little sister knew this. I knew my life will be in Calgary. I had no reason to leave. I had no reason to leave the country.
Yeah.
None. No urge to leave the country. And so just because of a petty moment, like, I discovered how much I love the world. And so from that, I ended up going to Mexico 3 or 4 times a year.
Wow.
My girlfriend lives over there, so, like, I had lots of fun. So that's how I started traveling, from a petty moment. And then I ended up falling in love with it, obviously dumped the guy, and then just continued traveling. So,
God.
it's to the point I feel like my skin's itchy when I'm in the country for 3 months. It's
It's like I'm itching to do something. I'm
Yeah,
itching
I'm
to
just
leave
like,
now.
ew, am I actually Canadian?
Let me hear.
Yeah.
So how do you afford going on all of these trips, especially in this economy that we have now?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It does help that your friend lives in Mexico, though, right? Like, it
I
helps
don't
with the
stay with
cost.
her at all.
No.
Oh, wow.
No,
No.
like I like to get extravagant Airbnbs,
Ooh.
get houses for myself, and just live my life as if I'm solo. And that's my self-care to me, where I get to have that emptiness and that quietness in a whole home for myself.
That's nice.
So I do not like skimp out on that. But it is nice having my girlfriend living in Mexico, because then I'll just go to a new spot in Mexico and text her. She'll come visit, and we'll go have like girls' nights for like 4 days straight. So it's nice in that regard. But when it comes to affording my trips,
She's trying to figure that out herself.
Guys, listen in. This is tips.
I'm listening, I'm hearing.
I can't really, no, honestly, I have no tips. I will just say I was blessed. When I was 18, my parents gave me money and they told me I could do whatever I want with that money. And it was either education, car, or like just like saving for a house.
Yeah.
And what I did was put it into stocks. I got a good return on it. I bought a brand new car, and then I was able to travel for these 4-5 years now. So it's like I can't really say there's a reason to how I travel, but I will say if you want to be able to travel, it's just always check when the tickets are cheaper. That's something I save on. An average ticket to Colombia is like 1,400 plus.
Wow.
I've never spent more than $700 on a ticket because I know. And
My
it's
mom
like,
told me there's like a credit card that you can get, and every time you buy something, you get points, and that
Like air
points.
miles?
I think
Travel
so. And
rewards
then
stuff.
yeah, like it's always good to check your credit card and see what benefits it has for you. Like for me, I had that simple credit card where you get the points for certain purchases and you could use it on airplane tickets or gift cards,
yeah,
right? So I do not spend enough to get airplane tickets,
Yeah.
but I do use it on gift cards or hotel vouchers or like things like that. So it's like I always tell people right when they turn 18, get a credit card
yeah,
and use that credit card as if it's your debit card. Don't spend more than you have in your debit. Don't
Yeah.
spend more than you actually will have. And then when that credit card utilization gets read out, pay it all. That's what I do, and I keep getting points back. And I keep increasing my credit score. I'm at an 800 credit score.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's like I'm just tapping my card. I never use my debit. The only time I use my debit is when I go to the bank, pull out the cash for my credit, walk to the other bank.
I do the
and
same thing. Yeah, I just use my credit all the time.
Yeah, it's really good to use your credit because you can start, you know, getting rewards for it. So like
Yeah.
that's something to
Yeah.
do that like I recommend everyone. Like if you want to lock in and have a good future, start using your credit like it's your debit.
And I think another, like, you are really good with your finances. So I remember when I turned 18, this girl, oh my gosh, she comes into my room, she drops like a book and a stack of papers, and she's like, "You're 18." And then she leaves. And I'm like, what? Like, rude. Like, hello, what happened to like smiles? Like, couldn't even get a glass of juice or something, right? Like, and she knows I love juice, but it's okay. But with that book was a finance book, like teaching me the basics of finances and how to understand this and that. And then those stack of papers were like a mini like logging of my spending and all this like basic information just so I could be set. So I wanted to ask you, what do you think are some things that someone who's just an adult or almost to their 20s is something that you should know to be a good adult?
Like with finances.
Or just anything, just something you should know.
I love financial literacy. That's the only time I feel like a nerd besides my love for physics. But for people that are turning fresh 18, they need to be able to build a budget for themselves and stick to it. There's no shame saying, I am on a budget. There's no shame. Because I'd rather be on a budget than broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously,
You could
yeah.
pick.
Yeah.
Be on a budget or broke.
Yeah.
So if you learn to build yourself a budget, but also stick to it, that's setting yourself to a good pathway to reaching goals. Because when you start having savings and you add to that budget for your savings, you're slowly planting seeds that will grow for yourself. And another thing is just to look into the stocks, right? It is a gamble. And I always tell people when you're doing stocks, it's to put money aside that you won't cry about if it disappears.
Right.
Because I have seen, I think I once had like a little over 10K in the stock market, drop to 1,000. I didn't cry about it because it was money that I could forget about.
Right.
Right? But if you put money, there's risk with everything. If you can't handle the risk, don't do it.
Yeah.
So it's always just be simple and do savings. I see you over there in the corner like, damn, it rolls again. It rose. I got my money back. Okay.
Okay, at least you got it
She's
back.
never losing.
I'm not a loser. I'm not a loser. I was just like, oh, that sucks. And then I just left it. Like I didn't open it again. But set up a budget and be vocal about what you want. My family knows I have like a big poster in my room where it's like home owner. And in 1 year, I'm going to be able to buy a house.
Love that.
Oh my
right?
god.
And it's like if you're vocal about it, people will help support you in those things or give you tips. My friend's a realtor and he was explaining to me about what I need and what things to open up so that you could successfully become a homeowner in a younger age. Because now the average is 30
Oh
30
yeah,
plus.
it's up there.
And it's like,
It's crazy.
It's because these houses are expensive.
it's expensive.
Yeah.
So it's like figure out what your bank offers for you. When I was getting my debit card, I was straight up to them. I was like 16. I was like, no, what do you offer to me? And they looked at me like, what is wrong with her? And I'm like, no, like, what benefits do I get from having with you? Right. And they were like explaining it. And you just need to make sure you align with it.
Right.
Like for me, I have a first home savings account. And I did it in the way that it lined up with the second year by a week. So December, I opened it. And then January came. So now I have an extra $4K that I could submit because it accounts for 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that is so
So I
smart.
played the system,
Open it
Damn.
and the
before.
bank man was laughing at me. He's like, "You are smart for this," and I'm like, "Cause I don't want to miss out on a year that I couldn't add to it."
Yeah.
Right, but like, just figure out what investment plans, saving accounts work for you, and then RSP, retirement saving plans. Start it now. You won't regret it. You never know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to end your career or stop you from being able to carry on with your life. But our RSP can aid to buying your first home. You could pull out against it and use it to buy your first home because it's getting matched from your work or the government. They match it. So whatever you put, they match it.
Oh, can I ask you a question about that? I think in the States it's called a 401k, right? But
Oh.
I had a question about that. Does it change?
Like
For every
compound?
company that you work for, they always contribute to it, right? So like the second you leave the company, they stop contributing to it, and then the responsibility goes to the next company you work for. Okay, that was my question.
Yeah. Like your work matches it. I'm with AHS, so they'll just match it.
So does that only account for full-time positions?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
You have to be full-time permanent to get those type
Right.
of benefits, but when you're young, you have to figure out if those benefits match up with you. If you plan to be the hot aunt traveling around the world, then who cares about those benefits? But if you know for yourself you want to be that family person, then it's better to start reaching for those benefits early on
Yeah.
because it's going to benefit your future very much.
Can I
Yeah.
ask you one more question? What are your thoughts on the S&P 500?
So right now that market is like going everywhere because of the tariffs and all that stuff. But when I was 18, it was the one to go for. It is the play safe because you're buying bits into every big thing.
Yeah.
Samsung, Apple,
Bunch of companies.
you know, all these companies. So it was such a safe little thing to go into.
Do you think it's still safe to go into?
Those brands are never going to go.
Yeah.
So it's better to buy it when it's really low right now than rather wait for it to go back high. You want to diversify your portfolio, meaning you buy when there's different levels, when it's high, when it's low, when it's average. You continue to buy so that when it was really low, you know what? You have a bunch of, let's say, coins you got that now value more because you bought it when it was low. But then when it reaches a high point, those low coins that you bought value
Right.
way more. So you're making back your profits. So it's like really good to check out how to diversify your portfolio, but it doesn't hurt to like dabble just a little bit into it. Yeah.
Experiment a little bit.
Literally. Also, just an extra note for listeners, if you are thinking about investing, it's also look into a tax-free savings account and also dividends. You might not be able to start investing in dividends right away, but it's going to be good to know so that when you do start making more money, you can invest in those.
There's like so much I'm trying to grasp because all of this personally, a lot of it is new to me because it was not taught to me in school. And I never really knew how to approach that conversation with my parents. So it's like a nice little opportunity here. I love it. I love it.
Yes. As young, as soon as you can, it's always like, this is a thing for me too. Like I made it such a priority to learn about financial literacy, especially during lockdown when there was like nothing to do. I I dived so deeply into it. So I feel like it's something that low-key set me up a little bit. But yes, if you can, just look into getting as financially literate as you possibly can. Take a course even. But you could get a free book online. There's so many free things online.
What was that book called, Liz?
Girl, I don't
What was the
remember.
book? Do you remember the book?
I read the words, not the title.
I don't remember the book. I even got her like a self-love book because I'm like, when you turn 18, like your emotions are everywhere,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
right? So it's just like, yeah, I don't know what the book is called. She'll probably put like a link for y'all.
I got that, guys. Don't
But
worry.
yeah, I don't remember. But it was
Liz, you
one
are
act of love.
lucky. If I had an older
guys.
sister, I would be set. If I had an
Actually,
older
I'd
sister
like to
you,
ask
I'd be
you,
set.
how do you feel about being an older sister?
What's it like?
Like, yeah,
Having younger
how is it
sisters
like?
and
Like,
stuff.
am I stressing you out enough? Like what's going on?
See, my thing is like I love being an older sister.
Stop the pause. What is this? Talk more.
No, I love being an older sister because it's someone I could care for. With my younger siblings, my youngest brother, he was a doll to me. He basically was something my parents gave birth for me to just have and play with. So then now that he's like 6'2" and hovering over my head, I'm like, ew, I understand what my mom feels watching kids grow. But I think the coolest thing about being an older sister is you decide how the relationship goes. When she started hitting puberty, I was like, okay, I need to like make her my friend.
Yeah.
She's no longer my slave.
Okay.
No longer my employee that I can boss around.
And I still do
I'll
boss
send
her
that-
around, like
A little bit.
Like I'm just like, go make me a cup of tea, like But it's like I take being an older sister with an honor because it's someone she could go to rather than my mom or my
Yeah.
dad. I am that first person she could go to when there's questions or things she want to reveal or confess
Confess.
Yeah.
and learn how to go about it because I went through all the trials and tribulations of
Yeah.
being the most rebellious daughter. So now it's like she could come up to me and get that comfort that I suffered, and I'm gonna make sure she gets that equal amount of suffering. With a
And
little
then
bit
she'll
of
support me. And then she'll support you.
and then I'll support her. But I love being an older sister because like I'm straightforward to her. I gave her a few rules, and I'm just like, okay, you can go on one date, but don't date.
One
You
day.
could go clubbing, but you can only go with me.
That's
and
a
only
nice
once.
rule.
That's a good rule, yeah.
What was the other thing I told her? I just told her to focus on her education. My main thing is do not think about boys at all. They deter you from your education. That's it. How many times I wrote an exam and I was like having heartbreak? It is not fun, guys. It is
You're
not
clutching your heart and you're like, the
fun.
answer is
I was
D.
crying. I still have a photo that Snapchat keeps sending me. I was studying for final and my eyes were tearing at 4 a.m. And it was because I was going through heartbreak and argument with my boyfriend at the time. Not worth it. So,
How
but
long have you guys been together?
which one?
Oh,
Not that one. The dum-dum who let her discover traveling, that's gone.
oh,
That's
that's
gone.
different. Oh, that's
Gone.
different. Okay.
That's gone. Oh.
It's like, wait.
How long have you been with Pepe, Ely?
Pepe?
Yeah, Pepe.
Pepe was like, is it a year? No,
Almost a year.
almost a year.
Almost a year. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Pepe's
like,
good.
it doesn't give me any stress. I give him stress.
Good.
So it's a different story. But
That means
before
he's
that,
falling in love with you.
Yeah.
no, he is.
We were talking about it in our last episode where like in order for a relationship to properly work out, the girl needs to be able to stress out the guy and the guy needs to love the girl way more than the girl actually loves him.
You know, my mom always told me that. She's like, no, listen, the guy has to love you way more than you. And I never understood it. I never agreed
Yeah.
with it. Because I'm a lover, girl. I love the, like, oh,
You
I
love
can't
love.
explain it. Like, if I could be
Yeah.
under the skin, I'll be under the skin.
Yep.
But,
She loves love.
Like, I love men, not love. Either way, like, my mom told me that, and I was like, ew, like, I don't agree with that. What is that? And the way it burnt me in the bum, that I allowed myself to love a man more than he loved me.
Damn.
Like, it was like my first love, a really good relationship, but he just wasn't ready to settle down.
Yeah.
And his last words to me were, if I was to get married right now, I'll marry you. Red flag. And the other one was, you were the perfect woman, but you were too perfect to me. Meaning, I should keep how I was, but I shouldn't give this wife material to a man who isn't ready to settle down.
Yeah.
And I appreciated him saying that because it made me realize that when you love a man more than they love you, they're going to manipulate you.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to get what they want. He got a wife
Yeah.
for like a year and a half.
On a girlfriend's salary.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was his most expensive girlfriend.
I love that.
I was
As you
Suck and dry. Get that money out of here.
I was so like, I like to say I'm a diva in my relationships. To him, I would like tell him like if I drove up to his side of the town, I'll just be like, that was such an inconvenience. Bang, $500.
Oh,
No, this girl would come home with money, and I'm like,
that.
what are you doing?
I need to learn from you.
Literally.
Oh
You should write a book.
No,
I would buy
literally,
it.
you should write a book.
I do plan to write a book because like I think even though I went through like the heartbreaks and all that stuff, I've like succeeded
funny.
in so many things.
Yeah.
And it's just like
And
it's
you're
really
so
nice.
versatile. Like, it's so many different aspects of life that you've just gone through.
Yeah, I
And
think it's
like,
too much. I feel like I'm 30 years old, guys, like with the
Like,
stuff I
girl.
experienced. But I did like set that tone to him. Like, I'm not an expensive girlfriend, but I have certain things that I like. And if you're not going to give me that, I'm able to get it elsewhere. And I wasn't like threatening him. I was not at all because I was obviously way more in love with him than he loved me. But he knew that I knew my worth.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like by means of the relationship worth, but the fact that I could get, you know, a doctor. I could get a CEO. Like I could get really successful men. And he was successful, but not to the level that he knew I deserved. So he tried to overcompensate, which ended up satisfying my pocket.
You know what? Good for you.
Like I have like some bags at home, and
Oh, they're
it's like
so nice.
thanks
Gosh,
to him.
every time I contemplate just taking one of them, please.
Or it's like some of my trips. Like I went to Quebec, Montreal, just for like a weekend.
Ooh.
He was taking me to these 5-star restaurants. Like he was booking them ahead of time while he was in Calgary. And he's like,
Period.
treat yourself, eat well, eat well. And I knew I was a spoiled girl when I was in this French restaurant, fine dining, and I was sitting there by myself, and I saw a girl in her 30s with a sugar daddy.
Oh,
Damn.
oh my
And
gosh.
I was like, I did it. Like, I'm here enjoying my life,
Yep.
just enjoying this like 7-course meal, not worrying about the bill because my boyfriend got it.
Hell no.
Yep. I love that.
And I ain't with an ugly man.
Life is good.
What is happening? Am I dreaming?
That was why I was like, yeah, I got it.
Oh my
But with Pepe, my current boyfriend, we've been together for almost a year. Very sweet relationship, very serious. I will say for people or like younger girls, the mindset of they want a rich man, they want all these things, treated like a wife. I don't like that mindset because you have to be able to accept what it comes with.
Yeah.
If that man says, hey, let's get married tomorrow, is your life ready for that? Do you have your ducks in order? Are you financially stable? Do you have enough to contribute to buying a house or maintaining a household? Are you able to pause your life to have kids? If that doesn't equate or equal to what your partner is at that point, then it doesn't make sense. Do not even touch that.
Yeah.
And it is fine to have struggle love, especially if you're dating with someone within your age, right? It has to make sense to your age. So it's like girls dating guys who are in their early 20s and they're like, oh, my boyfriend doesn't treat me well. He doesn't take me out to dinner and this and that. It's like that shouldn't matter at all. Is he trying to build a future for you guys?
Yeah.
Is he working on himself? Because that costs more in the end than him wasting his hard-earned money or money that could go towards his education, just making you have a pretty Instagram post saying, look what my boyfriend got me.
Yeah.
My boyfriend took me out to dinner. It's not worth that at all, right? So it's like, you just have to be able to accept that and grasp that everyone's point in life is different, but you have to be able to understand what journey you're willing to walk along with someone. I know for me, I want to be a young mom. I want to get married early. So it never made sense for me to date guys around my age because it'll be unfair for me to pop out a baby and
Yeah.
end their life.
Yeah.
They will resent me. But for me, older guys made sense because if I was to have a baby in 2 years, my partner would cry tears of joy,
Yeah.
not tears of frustration,
Yeah.
right? If I want to get married in a year, my partner will say, yes, that makes sense for us. Not, what the hell are you saying? We're
Yeah.
kids. You know? So it's like, I'm glad I found someone that lifestyle and mindset matched up so well for me, but also kind of goes with my program.
And that's rare to find these days. Because I feel like that thing you said about, oh, like you don't want a man to just buy you all of these things for you to show off. It's sad to say, it's what is so normalized now with social media, with everything you see. You see like girls posting like bouquets of flowers on Valentine's Day, and then there's other girls who are in relationships and their man can't even get them flowers because they're too busy at work. But at the same time, that man is busy at work for you. It's not because he doesn't love you that he's not buying you flowers. Maybe he can't afford it right now, but he can afford so much more for you in the future.
But
You know what I mean? But don't settle for like a bum. Don't settle for a bum.
Like,
There's limits.
Don't suffer in your
Just
present.
know.
Don't suffer in the present for the future. Okay?
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's like, what are they doing besides that? Let's say if my partner, like, busy day at work, and like I had a hard day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I cook dinner and he washes dishes. That means more to me than flowers, right? Where's
You're
the
right, yeah.
efforts coming, right?
Yeah.
I am not a flower girl. I am not like a gift girl. I am someone that just
Acts of
requires
service?
acts of service
Love
and words of
languages.
affirmation, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's all I need. But I do get the other stuff. So, I'm not gonna complain about the other stuff. But because I'm getting the efforts. That's what you need. As long as they're showing the efforts
Yeah.
and it makes sense to the point of their life. You know, broke college student, but they're spending time with you when they get their free time. They're checking up on you, writing you love letters.
I
That's
love that.
efforts,
Yeah.
right? But then let's say successful man, he is busy, but then he's not messaging you or checking up on you, and he just throws a flower at you whenever you guys
Yeah.
argue. Is that effort or laziness? It's laziness,
not
right?
even
So you need to be able
Yeah.
to decipher what is actual efforts. Yeah.
I have
I
a
love that.
question. I have a question for you. Do you have any advice you would give to someone who's like 20 years old, for example, like me, who wants to date older people, but like I'm low-key scared? Because I feel like
They're
guys my age, we have different mindsets. So it's like, I feel like my mindset might be a little bit older. So I've spoken to guys that are like 26, 27, and I like that. But also I feel like I'm 20 years old. Like, do I have any business with a 27-year-old?
See,
Like, how do you feel about that? 'Cause
my
I really
partner is
wanna know.
13 years older than me.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
That's a lot of age gap.
it's a big age gap. And like sometimes I'm like, ew.
Like he was 13 and you just
No, I'm not just about that.
Yo, we not going there.
The clubs or something else. Like, no, I'm just like, you lived the whole life. Like, that's what my arguing is. Like, you lived the whole life. Like, shut up. But my advice to girls who want to date older is you have to ask yourself why. If it's just because of feeling like, oh, I don't align with the guys my age, that is a fair consideration, but it's not even 1/4 of a reason to date older, right? Because like I feel like every single age there's someone that'll match you.
Yeah.
It sucks, but someone can match a 17-year-old girl. I don't like, like it just like someone can match anyone. There's always someone. There's everybody in the world that has multiple people that can match their personality and match what they need.
people are all different.
Yeah. So it's like if you find out what specifically you want from an older person that the younger ones aren't giving you, then that's where you decide how to go about. If it's that emotional intellect, it's very difficult because then you could ask yourself, why is this 27-year-old dating a 20-year-old? Why don't the girls his age want him?
Yeah.
Is it because he isn't at their emotional level?
Yeah.
It's
that
more
he should
so
have-
my emotional intellect matches his more than people my age. So I feel weird about talking to guys that are my age sometimes because it's like I literally know so much better, but I can't be your mom right now.
No, I
know
get
what I
that.
mean?
No, I get that. Like for me, boys my age, I feel disgusted. But I do have like that one friend who like we always had that idea of like, oh, if we're 30, we'll get married. But it's because we matched so well. So it's like if you can't find that, then it's like it is fine to go older. But it's just, is their expectations fair for your age? Because let's say a guy who's 27 expects his girlfriend to have an apartment, a driver
And
license,
cook.
Yeah.
finished college degree, and all these things that are starting to merge into a mature woman. Do you have that? Are you fine to accept that you don't have that? Likewise, for you, you probably want someone who finished their education, is starting to pay off their debt, has a car, an apartment. It's easier for a girl to say those things rather than a guy. But then if that partner you're dating who's older than you is like, hey, you don't have what I really want, you can't cry about it.
It's like a
You
give and
can't-
take.
Yeah,
Relationship,
it really
yeah.
is give and take. So it's like, what are you giving to that age gap that benefits him, and what is he giving to you besides being older or cooler or richer that satisfies you, right?
That makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I feel like I'm mumbling a lot, or like
No,
just saying
that's
like
good.
nonsense.
It's really
loud and clear.
Like,
The one
but
thing, sorry, go
yeah,
on.
no, you go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, because when you said that, like, it really made me think, and I was like, the one thing that really stood out to me with because I've only spoken to like 2 or 3 older guys, right? But the one that I really admire the most, the one that I think about the most, he has his own business. He has like a marketing firm, and so what he would do is he would like teach me business related things, marketing related things, and we would talk about like adulthood or whatever, and like finance. And I really enjoyed learning that stuff from him. So I feel like that was my favorite part, to be honest.
Thing is, though, you want to be careful about allowing that older guy to become your mentor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Gross, okay. I
When
have
they
discernment.
become your mentor, they're going to use that against you.
Yeah.
And that is the worst thing you could have to happen in a relationship. Let's say you guys become serious. He's going to use that against you and make it volatile and say, I am mentoring you.
Like he's mansplaining everything.
Yeah. And he's like, what? Why don't you understand? Or he's like, that's why I don't like younger people.
Oh.
I've had that relationship where like he ended up being my mentor and I appreciated it so much. I was like, wow, now I know financial literacy. Now I know all these things. But then to him, I was just a baby learning.
Yeah. It's
I was
different
his
sides.
student,
Oh, wow.
right? So
Yeah.
it's like you need to be careful as to what they are thinking when you're having those conversations.
Because you guys are.
Are you advising or lecturing?
It's honestly like
Very good
such
food for thought. I like that.
yeah. There's so much stuff that comes into thinking about even stepping into a relationship, and I feel like you've experienced so much, and we're all just trying to figure that out. But Ivy, I heard you have a story time about when things go a little wrong.
I do. I do. All right, girls, buckle up because this story is not for the faint of heart at all. We are talking about betrayal on betrayal. Imagine being with somebody for 3 years, saving for a ring, planning for your future and everything, only to find out that she's been living a whole other secret life with not 1, not 2, but 4 different guys. And it gets worse. One of them has literally been your best friend since childhood. I feel like the levels of disrespect here are insane. This one is messy, it's painful, and it's the kind of plot twist that'll make you want to triple check everybody in your circle. So grab your favorite drink, and if you haven't already, let's unpack the girlfriend's ultimate betrayal. Okay, story time. My girlfriend's ultimate betrayal. How I found out she was cheating with 4 different guys. Oh my God. So yeah, never thought I'd be posting here, but man, I need to get this off my chest. Been with my girl for 3 years and was legit saving for a ring and everything. Then her phone starts blowing up at 2 a.m. every single night. She's all, it's just work stuff, but like I'm thinking to myself at 2 a.m., like seriously. I know everyone says don't go through your partner's phone, but whatever, I did it anyway, and holy crap, my life just exploded right there. It wasn't just one dude, but it was 4 different guys. All of these separate conversations with pictures I never want to see again, them planning hookups, and the worst part is they were all joking about me. One was literally my best friend since we were kids. Another was her boss. And then another is our neighbor from down the hall. And then that one gay friend that she was always hanging out with who, surprise, surprise, he wasn't actually gay. This had been going on for 8 months while I'm working double shifts to save for our future and everything. And when I finally confronted her, I thought she'd at least try to deny it or cry or something. But no, she straight up laughed and was like, took you long enough to figure it out. Said I was too predictable and that she was bored. So my so-called best friend texted her later saying it wasn't personal, texted me later saying it wasn't personal and that these things happen. Like, what the hell, man? I just grabbed my stuff that night while she went out to clear her head, which probably meant hooking up with one of them. However, it's been 2 months now. We've moved to a different city. I've blocked everyone. Started therapy because I was messed up. And then yesterday she calls from some random number crying about how she made a huge mistake. Turns out her boss fired her after getting what he wanted. And the neighbor got bored. And then the ex-friend got busted by his girlfriend. And the gay friend ghosted her once he got bored. She had the nerve to ask if we could work things out, but I just laughed and hung up. Some things you just can't fix, and finding out your girlfriend's been living a whole secret life with 4 other guys is definitely one of them.
That's karma.
I gotta say though, this girl right here, she was definitely doing it for the love of the game. Like,
She really was. She did not
there
care.
was no other
No
intent,
way.
just because she was having fun,
Yeah.
and it just turned out that it really backfired on her.
Yeah.
Like, if
was
she
just
wanted
too
an
toxic.
open relationship, she could have just said that. In
Literally.
The first place.
Like, just found someone who's on the same page as you.
I know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't think no open relationship's gonna solve that. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no.
Nah.
Why even be in a relationship? Well, okay.
It's probably the thrill of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Honestly.
Do you guys like the idea of being in an open relationship?
No.
No.
What's mine is
No.
mine. I'm sorry.
No, I can't share.
What's mine is
I'm
mine.
too-
It
I'm
can be
too-
open as long as your wallet's only open to me.
Oh, wait.
Honestly.
Pause.
Period.
You're
Like-
onto something.
Like, if I was so busy and like I could only hang out with you once a month and like, but I'm your main girlfriend, I don't care what you do as long as your wallet is only open to me.
I mean, it's still
I
gonna
am not-
hurt, but at least
It's
you get
not
paid.
gonna hurt because like I'm so busy
Period. You
that
got your own
like
stuff.
you know. But open relationships, it takes a different type of heart. I'm
Yeah.
too much of a lover girl.
Yeah.
Jokes aside,
I can't
like
do
the
that.
thought of my partner even looking at another woman, I could cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've made myself cry while driving, thinking about
Yeah.
that.
I just
'Cause he's
opened-
in New York,
Have
and I'm
you-
just like,
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah, I just can't. No.
Have you
Yeah,
guys
but just,
ever
like,
gone?
overthink?
Yeah.
Like, what is he doing right now? Oh my gosh.
Oh,
is he talking
yeah.
to someone
That's if
else?
they don't respond, and I'm just like,
Right. And I
just
just time
distract
just like
myself at that
sleeping.
Literally, or just working or something.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever gone through your partner's phone?
yes.
Yeah, I did.
How is it?
Damn.
Anything interesting?
Anything crazy?
No, like with Pepe, it's just him like texting his dad photos of me and
Yep.
like saying like he found the one, and like I saw like rings at one point. So it's like
I'm excited.
really cute.
Now that's some nice
cute.
stuff.
But my ex,
Oh,
I went through
talk
his
about
phone.
that.
I went through his phone, like. I went through his phone and I found like some like videos with girls and all that stuff. So
I actually have a question for you guys. If your best friend knew that your partner was cheating and didn't tell you, do you think you would be able to forgive that friend, or is that silence a form of betrayal too?
it's
betrayal. I think.
it just shows that the
could
friend
never.
doesn't want the best for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides the betrayal, they're probably happy that that was happening. That's why they kept quiet. They're like snickering in their boots that you're getting cheated on and your fairy tale story isn't a fairy tale. So just like that's a hater friend.
Yeah.
It's betrayal.
I
And
feel
it's show to cut off both.
Yeah, I feel like a friend like that is like low key evil. Like, why are you preying on your own friend's downfall?
I
Like, that's
know.
terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I would just feel horrible having that kind of animosity around me.
Yeah.
But do you
Oh,
think
she
that...
has words to say.
Hold them in. Cat got your tongue, right? Yeah, it's staying that way.
No, it's just like I've had like my girlfriend wasn't listening to me, a very abusive relationship, and I was just like, hey, break up with him. They didn't break up. And I'm just like, I'd rather he cheat on her for her to learn her lesson.
Ooh.
Because some people need that.
Yeah.
Like I needed to get cheated on for me to learn my lesson.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like I wasn't like if it happened, I'll tell her. But I was like, if that's the only thing I'll take for her to get out of this very toxic and abusive relationship, then so be it. Right?
That's true.
So it's like that's like a very
yeah.
rare thing though.
yeah, it's a very
You know, for
specific
someone
situation.
to care for you to that point.
Yeah.
Where it's like you need to learn a hard lesson that's not gonna like mess up your life, but kind of give you a wobbly year.
Yeah. Because that's just how some people learn. It's sad to say, but unless they experience it, they're not gonna. They're gonna think that oh, it happens to other people. It's not gonna happen to me. You know,
Exactly.
they need to experience it firsthand for them to actually understand.
But on the flip side, I've seen this in like high school when like talking to like other friends and their experiences about how like they'll use that as a guise to kind of hide their insecurity Like they'll be like they'll let their friends have all this stuff happen to them, or even encourage for it to get to that point, and then at the end they'll be like, oh, but I told you needed to learn your lesson at the end of it. So do you believe like right away that like if something like this is happening and your friend decides to just let things happen, that it's bad? Or like, oh, I phrased that so wrong.
You did.
I did.
English.
Well, I feel like I still know what you meant. I feel like it kind of goes back to what you were saying. You just have to, like, there's only so much the friend can do. If you've already tried to support them in every way that you can, you've told them, like, you need to leave, like, I'm here for you, whatever you need, but, like, you have to leave them, and you keep on telling them, and, like, nothing's happening. There's literally only so much you can do at that point.
But also you have to know the friend. Some girlfriends do not want to know.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? You're going to respect their wishes, even though it sucks, right? And then some people want to know if that's happening. I feel like I'm not in between. I want to find out so I could kill. If someone told me, then I have no right. Like, the mental craziness leading up to the murder doesn't make sense by law. Because I had a chance to digest it with my friend rather than digesting it with the guy.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just like you have to know the friend to decide whether or not to tell right away. But regardless, let them know.
Yeah. I think it's better
To
that
save
way.
the
Goes
friendship
without
in the
saying.
end, they could be mad at you for telling them, but let them know. If you care for that friendship and you don't want to lose that friendship in that midst of the mess, let them know.
It's better. Leaving them in the dust, that's, girl, that's a whole nother thing.
No way. But yeah,
Wow,
moral of the
y'all.
story, let them know.
Yeah, you gotta
Communicate. Just like with
guys,
our
please.
earlier story with that hot take hotline, communicate.
Exactly.
You know?
At the end, honestly, y'all, I'm still thinking about that girl. She really just did it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
No other.
She
I was
really
just
did.
like,
You reap what you sow. The fact that she had the audacity to call him
I
and say like,
know.
oh, like, can you take me back? Like,
No.
you reap what you sow. But kudos to that guy to move cities and
Yeah.
get help.
Yeah.
So many men will just go into this toxic manly mindset and just go crazy and rampage
Yeah.
around the city to heal what they
Yeah.
went through. But really, that man was on that right path of getting married. Not with that lady, but just towards being a wonderful husband to someone in the future.
Yeah.
Because he took the accountability and knowing what he needed. Therapy, a fresh start, and to get away from her. That's it. It like most women won't even recognize that they
Yeah.
need that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like that speaks a lot on his character.
Exactly. We can learn a lot from that behavior.
Men should learn a lot from that behavior.
Men should
rather
learn a
than-
lot from that behavior. Yeah.
Yeah, therapy.
Yeah, I
Y'all
mean,
should
it
go to
helps.
therapy.
It's not something that makes you weak, which I hate that people say, oh, people go to therapy because they're weak. No, they don't. You know how many people, like, I've talked to who literally said, oh, I don't go to therapy because, you know, like, I don't need it. It's stupid. It doesn't help.
I've been in it once,
And, like-
and my parents didn't stop me from going.
Really?
Yeah, like I was like completely suicidal when I was 15, and I have an aunt from my dad's side who goes to therapy, right? And then she was like, you know what, you'll come with me once, and so the therapist gave me like some sort of meds, right? And then my parents like threw it because they were like Christians. They were like,
Oh,
only a
yeah.
pastor can, only Christianity can save you. I mean, to this day, I'm still a Christian, you know, but sometimes like they I feel like God uses doctors to help you. So like why can I get help from a doctor, you know?
Exactly.
So I just tried therapy once and I
The
couldn't go
most
again.
humblest thing when it comes to the relationship with God is understanding that He knows we're imperfect, and if there is a certain way that'll help us with our emotions,
Yeah.
He is fine with it.
Yeah.
So medicine, prayer, therapy, those are all things He is fine with, and
Yeah.
He wants us to seek it if it is to help us.
Yeah.
So it's like parents, they need to understand there's no shame with your child taking
Yeah.
medication to help with those emotions. Because we're imperfect, those emotions, they're not natural to us.
Yeah.
And that's why humans get those suicidal thoughts and get so stark in those moments, because they're trying to deny the fact that this is an unnatural occurrence happening to us,
Yeah.
right? Like, I am in therapy and I love it. I like my therapist, like my girlfriend. I call her and I will like talk bad about my partner and bad about my week. And you get to pour out your heart, and it's kind of like prayer. You pour out your heart and your deep emotions without feeling the need for a certain response or
Yeah.
expecting a certain response. If I tell my little sister something and I just wanted her to shut up and listen, sometimes she doesn't understand that I wanted her to shut up and listen.
Yeah.
And now I'm left with that negative feeling, right? So it's like a therapist is there to be your listening ear in your corner.
Like you just want to be heard.
Yeah, and you
right?
could decide if you want it biased or unbiased or just no comment.
Yeah.
That is something, right? And then with medicine too, like you just have to know your body. I will say with medicine, you have to know where your weak points are. I deal with PMDD, and it's like very rare disorder when it comes to your period, where the week before your period, you try to kill yourself.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So it's like, because of that, I'm on medicine for it. And it's just for 1 week of my life or 1 week every month, just so I could live. And it's like, it's kind of crazy how I had to go on medicine just for me to be alive today. But it's like, I had to humble myself and, you know, take the L in that moment and say, hey, I am anti-meds more than my parents. But I needed to live.
Yeah.
So it's like having that mindset, but also finding ways to get off of it. The moment I went off of it, I was like, the moment I went on it, I talked to my doctor and I said, I need a therapist so that she could hold my hand when I decide to get off of it. Right? So like certain things.
Yeah.
So like with that mental health, so many people deal with it and they don't want to talk about it. It's well over 70% of the youths right now that are going through it. Because we're such in a digital age and no one knows how to log off.
Yeah.
Everyone is seeing people to compare to. Many girls like to compare themselves to me, especially with my social media. And I tell them, you don't know what went behind the scene. You know, you don't know what was behind that smile.
Yeah.
You don't know that I was trying to kill someone before I took that photo. You know, like you never know. So do not compare.
Yeah.
And to remember that you're imperfect. Right? We're all imperfect. Someone may look perfect, but their life is in shambles. What's that girl? Molly May and her boyfriend.
Oh,
Everyone wanted that lifestyle until they found out he was cheating on her, even though she had a kid.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, it's fine having those depressed moments. Everyone gets depression in their early 20s. Everyone. And if you don't get in your early 20s, I'm sorry, when you get it in your late 20s, it's going to hit you harder because your brain is more stubborn. And your brain will refuse to let you to figure out outlets to help. So I rather, like, if when I have my kids, for them to get it in their late teens and early 20s where I'm there to like help them with their brain is moldable and they're still depending on me rather than them living alone in skyrise, contemplating suicide every day and refusing to get a therapist or meds because it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Because their friends are having kids and they just have to be strong. Or their other friends are managing companies and that needs a strong face. But it's like, everyone gets those low moments and it's like accepting it and finding out your outlet. My outlet for me is the perfect combination of God, a therapist, and Cipralex.
Love that.
Love it. It's a good concoction. I always like tell my sister in the morning like, oh, I forgot my meds. And I laugh about it now. But before I used to be like, oh my gosh, I'm on meds. Like, how embarrassing. But now it's like, I need it to live.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. Like, I'm able to enjoy my 20s in a different way because I accepted a weak moment, you know? Yeah.
And that's a wrap, girlies. Today was your reminder to breathe, to slow down, and to realize that nobody actually has it all figured out, and that's okay. Whether you're figuring out how to pay your phone bill or planning a solo trip across the world, your 20s aren't all about perfection. They're about becoming. They're about figuring out who you want to be in this lifetime. So no, you don't need to have it all together right now. This is your time to figure it out. Go explore, go live, give yourself some grace, and drink some water. And remember, it's okay to pause and smell the roses. We'll see you next week, same time, same group chat, only here on Pop Culture and Pretty Things.